face and make him fix his internet. We are back here in this game. We had a big Tidehunter ultimate at bottom, which actually generated some kills for the Dire. We haven't had any more towers fall, but yeah, we should definitely all punch Jay in the face.
I have punched my router about 8 times in a row, and it has not helped my internet problem. It actually may have caused more, so I apologize to the world. But we're back, and usually it only happens once. So knocking on this fake wood that my desk is made out of, let's hope that this remains up for the rest of the evening. As you can see, like you said, it's 5-0 now, so the Dire is still staying on top with the kills, and they actually have a lot of creep score ahead of everyone except that Faceless Void, but the rest of the Radiant, since they went with that all-in push strat top with the Leshrac, well not all-in, but you know, the 2 heroes, and actually now they're going to maybe take this bottom, still trying out this strategy, and they're going to take it, but Windrunner might actually have a decent chance to deny this. And yes, gets the deny. Really good strong, especially because she has the phase boots, making that attack damage a lot higher. Really going to put a dent in their strategy, I think. That was a really key deny there.
Yeah, the Radiant just barely ahead in the gold. The experience actually 4,000 in the favor of the Dire. I actually want to look at this Faceless Void right now. He's sitting on a Hand of Midas as well as a Perseverance. So he is going for 2 items to increase his gold gain. I imagine looking to finish up the Battle Fury as well as the Hand of Midas. This will put him in the lead as far as experience and gold, but if the Dire is able to put anything together early on in this game on him, he is going to drop like a fly because he just doesn't have any kind of survivability. He just has these items increasing his damage and farm.
Yeah, so Hand of Midas, and this is kind of what I was saying, I think they're going to try to really stack this Void up to the point where he's going to carry the rest of the mid to late game for them. I mean, they also do have the Broodmother, mind you, who has a decent amount of farm going. I mean, not anything nearly as impressive as Faceless, only 24 and 6, but still pushing this bottom lane and can do it very successfully with these Spiderlings. Look at the damage just already coming on this tier 2 tower. Here comes the Darkseer though with the Ion Shell, going to look to definitely put a dent in this push. Apparently a lot of dents coming out. Meanwhile, top lane, and Enigma all going to go down just on the Clinks. The 2 heroes are not able to kill him though. Really unfortunate. It was just a solo Clinks and just not enough damage between the 2 of them to finish him off.
Yeah, there's no kind of detection up here, so they really didn't have any kind of way to deal with him once he got out of the ultimate. And actually, up in this top lane, interesting item choices as well. We have a pipe being constructed on the Leshrac, but it actually looks like here in the middle lane, the Dire is going to try and take their first tier 1 tower.
Try is a strong word. They're going to do a little poking here and there and hope that maybe one of the arrows knocks it down. But yeah, I don't think they're going to get it anytime remotely soon. Good Shackle, actually. Going to land now. Faceless, he does not backtrack. Here comes the ultimate, but it doesn't hit the Faceless. It only hits the Crystal Maiden. So what's going to happen right after this? It's going to be a kill. The Blink is not going to come out in time, but it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. So definitely worth it. Actually, the Shrek fell as well. And here we go with Clinks trying to finish off the Enigma. I think he's going to have it in him. Depending on how this goes, yeah, Enigma just doesn't have anything left, and that's a double kill for the Clinks. So a Titan Queen of Pain fall for 4 heroes, and I believe they're going to get this tier 1 in bid, definitely making this a very good trade for them.
Oh no, time soon, huh, Jay? Interesting. Yeah, no, definitely good there for the Dire, being able to pick up a couple of these kills. That's what you're saying, man. Faceless Void doesn't have anything on him to make him tanky, but he does have about 800 gold towards buying the broadsword after he buys his claymore, so he's actually really close to finishing up the Battle Fury. And I imagine we're not going to see him on the board after he gets that. He will most likely just look to stick into the jungle and just farm up as much as he possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to play some interesting things here. Broodmother actually going Morbid, so going to go for Vlad's to get the orders, I guess, going out with the damage, the Ming. I think they're really going to go in for an all-in kind of push strategy now. That's why I don't really understand why they picked the Faceless if they want this kind of strategy, because he's pretty much the almost opposite of that spectrum. He needs the farm, as you see with the Hand of Midas, and actually now we see bottom 3 heroes lining up. Do any of them have stealth detection? The answer would be yes. They have a Sentry Ward here. Great Shackle, as well as the rest of the spells coming out. Going to pretty much insta-give him. So great job finding him, and that's just going to really add to the pain that the Radiant is feeling in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, the Dire's doing a really good job here. They're trying to stay mobile. They're trying to stop these heroes. Unfortunately, that mobility is going to come at a cost. They move down to the bottom lane, leave the middle lane open. They come up here. Windrunner gets another great deny, so limiting the amount of money that the Radiant team is getting, but they do at least pick up 500 gold. But they're going to try And continue up this turnaround there. The Dire will actually pick up a kill on the Crystal Maiden as well. 11-5 now the score in favor of the Dire.
Yeah, so really great. Once again, not only like you said, another deny on a tower, but getting a kill again, and also Klink's pushing the top by himself, has 3,800. Let's see, I don't know, Radiance Klinks, you think? Pretty common for this kind of game. You know, I would have to say, of all the Klinkses I've seen in this tournament, none or all have built a Radiance.
None or all have built them.
Does that statistic make sense?
Nope, not even
really
close.
at all.
I will say that Orchid Malevolence costs about 41.25 to full buy, about plus or minus half a gold. So he might actually just be looking to full buy that as he looks to continue to take down some of these creeps here in the jungle.
Yeah, and using that ultimate really well in the jungle, and I'm glad to see that, honestly, because he gains so much health and damage for a long period of time. 35-second duration and a 45-second cooldown, so almost can keep going it up. It's only 100 mana cost, and once he gets that Orchid, he'll be able to cast pretty much all his spells with little trouble, if that is indeed what he chooses to go, if he doesn't go with my Troll Radiance build. But, you know, leave it to the Pokemon Masters to really show us the way.
Absolutely. I mean, that Flash TM, a little underrated, right?
That's
to get
what
the
we're
Radiance
saying.
burn, that's like the exact same thing, I think. Except, actually, I guess Radiance is a little bit more useful, perhaps, than Flash. But anyway, I'm actually interested in looking at the gold and the experience graph here, just so we have an idea of how far down it goes. You know, after all these towers, trades, and the kills, the Dire actually now have a 3,000 gold lead. And if we look at the experience, they have about a 7,500 experience lead as well. And looking at the Faceless Void, I want to see, yes, he now does have the Battle Fury. So this is going to be the Radiant team's opportunity to try and get ahead and try and get back some of that advantage they've lost, even though they had a lot of that early pressure. But actually here might be interesting. We see in the top lane, Klinks is scouting out for the rest of his team. We're looking to close in on Leshrac and Enigma.
And he does the Orchid, pops it now on the Enigma. Here comes a beautiful Shackle Shot, easily going to pick off Enigma before she's even able to do anything. They're going to definitely try to chase down this Shrek now. Here we go with the Gush. Actually gets line of sighted, now lands it. How is she going to land this stun? He's going to try his best, but look at these Shackle Shots. Another perfect one, and that's going to be both heroes picked down. In the meantime, blue and yellow just trying to farm creeps together, and Broodmother only pushing so hard. I mean, they're really falling behind here in kills.
Yep, really beautiful play by the Windrunner. And we can see she has already picked up the Force App, looking to take advantage of the good positional play that Vile has as a player. Going to be able to put himself into some great positions with that to land some more Shackle Shots.
Yeah, I have just been really impressed. And like you said, the Force Staff plus Phase Boots combination Windrunner lets her be just that much more mobile. In the fight. Is mobile okay? Is mobile better?
Yes.
Do you have a preference with that
mobile.
word? I could
It's
go
mobile.
either way, just to let you
It's
know.
mobile.
I
Well,
go both
can't.
ways.
It's mobile.
Okay,
Great.
I'm not going to Let's
Fantastic.
focus back on the game before this gets out of hand. So Darkseer actually finishes his hood. Now going to put the Iron Shell, annihilating things. Look at these Shackle Shots! I'm in shock here. Gets another kill with it. Unbelievable. How is she landing these? I thought it was impossible, but apparently not the case. Just going almost perfect with those, and now they're scouting out the area. But there's a lot of Radiant people. Queen of Pain blinking wants that so badly. It's just a double damage. I don't know if it's worth it, but they aren't able to latch anything afterwards. No Shackle Shots for them, so that's just going to have to be no initiation. And she gets a free double damage rune for that. No bottle.
You know, that's one thing I think when Broodmother is looking to push up that far, and it's something that I've noticed too from trying to play Broodmother a little bit. It's like once you start to get up to those tier 2 towers and you can't really keep tabs on the enemy team, you really have to take advantage of those spiderlings and try and put some of those off on the side there. If she had maybe put them off closer to Roshan, she might have been able to see the enemy team.
Klinks is once again being a beast, scouting ahead. And here we go, Queen Pain haste as well. Here we go with the Sentry, going to once again use the Orchid on the Enigma, going to try to pick him up. Chronosphere actually going to land them, kill the Queen of Pain. Crystal Maiden doing a whole ton of damage with the ultimate, but now she's going to fall. This Klinks is just doing so much damage with the Strafe on top of the Searing Arrows. Another Hero's Falls, triple kill. Can he get yet another one? Broodmother now wants to join the fight finally, but now way too late. And it's going to be 3 kills for Klinks. And then the 2 fall for the Dire, so still the advantage once again going to the Dire, but just barely that time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other thing, I mean, and the kills 3 for 2, pretty close, but they got it on the
Oh,
heroes. They want to get these
Faceless actually
kills, and they're
might get
actually
caught
going to get.
out in the meantime, though. Sorry to interrupt you. Now the power shot goes down. Of course the shackle shot lands. Why the heck wouldn't it? And that is going to be the fall of Faceless. Wicked sick for the Clinks.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, he's the one getting all the kills, and that's the person on this Dire team that needs to be getting them, and they're there for him. He's now sitting at 1,500 gold, so he could even start to look towards building an MKB or another high damage item to try and put himself further ahead. Actually, an Eagle Song might not be too bad, looking at go towards that Butterfly to try and evade some of the Faceless Void damage.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a lot of options. That's what's really nice about this hero. You know, we were kind of just so confused when we saw it come out there. We're like, how is this going to fit in their lineup? Well, he's showing us just that with these awesome initiations. You know, popping that Orchid on the Enigma so he can't do anything in the fight. It's proving to be majorly effective. And no one on the Radiant, as far as I know, has bought a Dust or Sentry to counter him or to even try to prevent him from initiating. I mean, it's happened a couple times now and just proven to be detrimental to how the rest of the fight goes.
I would like to point out something. I might not be able to actually, as it looks like Queen of Pain is in danger, and so is the Broodmother. So I'm actually just going to shut up just in case.
Just attacked by pings over and over. Now here comes the slow, another Orc of Malevolence, and there falls the Enigma for a monster kill. The Clinks. This is getting just out of hand, up to 2,200 gold. What in the world? He could buy his Radiance now or a Blink Dagger. We're going to have to see which option he goes of the two troll builds. Now looking to go for the Leshrac or possibly Crystal Main. Crystal Main definitely the easier target, but no, he wants to follow up on the Leshrac. Only at 682 health because he's going for that pipe. That's not going to help him terribly too much with Clinks. He has no idea what this scouting party's coming behind him. Could just get annihilated by the godlike Clinks. He is up to 11-1-1 at this point.
Yeah, really an amazing game for him. They're all doing a really good job. And actually here we have Faceless look to go down too.
He is going to get initiated on here. He's going to try to blink out, but he is so slow from both the Gush and the Shadow Strike. The Anchor Smash going to come out, and there we go. None of this backtrack's going to proc. In the meantime, in middle, though, Clink's going to get Black Hold next to a tower. He just wants his vengeance, but it's still not going to be enough because he was the only one doing damage with just the ultimate. And now Clink's is like, man, you think I'm through, but I'm not. He's going to try to use his ulti here, get some health back, and then maybe look to go back on that Enigma now that especially knows that the Black Hole's down.
Here's something that I think is going to be really critical in the game. We actually look at what Faceless Void is building, and he has a Morbid Mask. He's looking to go for Mask of Madness. So he already has 2 items that aren't going to help him survive at all. And now he's building an item that's going to make him die faster. So he's not going to be a very useful hero in these team fights. He's going to drop his ulti, hope to kill as many people as possible, and then he's pretty much going to melt.
Absolutely, but in the meantime, all these Spiderlings just feeding the Darkseer. Could go one-on-one against his Broodmother. She doesn't have enough mana. Okay, she could use her ulti now, but he has the pipe built now with another 2k gold on top of it. Why not? So probably going to go another maybe tanky item after this. I mean, you know, not exactly sure. And meanwhile, we see, look at all these big creeps coming out. Clink's trying to do as much as he can, but I don't think he's got it in him to take these out by himself. Wishing he had that Battle Fury, well, probably not actually. But either way, they're going to do as much as they can to these stacked creeps. But maybe they're forgetting that their magic immune, their whole team is pretty much based on AoE magic for the most part. So they're just going to do their best to tank it for the Clinks, keep giving him gold. He does build the Demon Edge, so both my troll picks are denied just like that. I'm a little upset that he doesn't go for either the Blink or the Radiance, but you know what, at the end of the day, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, he is going to be able to buy that MKB, and I mean, that's a huge item on this team as well, especially when you consider that mini stun is going to interrupt the Enigma ulti if he's not caught in it. So just another reason we actually have Faceless Void getting really low. He is actually going to get killed. 4 staff in at the bottom lane will ensure his death. Windrunner picking up the last kill. Now Broodmother's in trouble getting shackle shot to a tree. He will get initiated on here. The Scream of Pain, and then just auto attacks will bring him down. Windrunner picks up a double kill.
This game is just run away now. I mean, the Dire is just taking it and running with it. They're so far ahead. The gold graph is going to be about 7,500 experience, almost 20k at this point. That's brutal. And there's still a tier 1 tower up for the Radiant. So, I mean, it's not like the Dire is pushing or anything. They're just purely killing them over and over and over again. As well as the creep farm, by the way. They're just, all their heroes have, or at least 3 of them. The Windrunner, the Clinks, and the Darkseer have a ton. of farm compared to the Radiant, who's definitely not nearly as close to the farm. And they're actually getting now a tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Queen of Pain getting that last hit, has a Ogre Club. Actually doesn't have a lot of items herself. She did actually have that kind of weak start, but looking to try to come back for her team to help out.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Radiant team keep overextending in pairs of like 2 or 3, as we just saw there, Faceless Void and Broodmother. Instead of Faceless just sticking around in the jungle trying to ensure what farm he could, looks to try and be a little overzealous, looks to try and push that tier 2 tower, and at the end of the day, they both wind up dying. So he's actually going to try and go in here. He drops the ultimate on the Clinks. Take it away, Jay.
And now the initiate's going to go on, though. He got Shackle Shot for like pretty much the whole duration of the Chronosphere, so not going to be affected. Now Orga comes out on the Shrek, going to get almost 2 or 3 shotted by these heroes. Diabolic is still doing some damage, but obviously not going to be nearly enough to do anything. So just a really unfortunate use of the Chronosphere here. He got his Windwalk off right before, or Skeleton Walk, excuse me, in Dota 2. But now he's able just to be invisible as well. Like I said, the Shackle Shot right as he got in there, so to essentially negate anything he could have done during that. And now actually it looks like Port's going to come in. Are they going to look to initiate? No, it's just a Crystal Maiden. I don't think that'd be very intelligent to go in here. They need more than just the 2 heroes, and they're just going to try to farm creeps and do their best with their Crystal Maidens. Waiting around here, has a maxed out Frostbite. Might be looking to use on some of... No, a Shackle Shot. How did that land? That is the farthest reach I might have ever seen. And now this is going to be an Orchid on him, dropping the Faceless Void. Force Staff comes out. They're trying to kill both the Shrek and Crystal Maiden, but they haven't decided who they want to go for quite yet. Queen of Pain going to blink in, and yes, one more last hit's going to kill him. Now are they going to have it in him to kill the Crystal Maiden? The Seer is doing a whole ton of damage. Going to just get a double kill godlike for Clinks now in the tier 3 tower. I think Broodmother, this is her time to start helping her team out. Yes, she ports in. Tidehunter dropping the ult, just does not want to have anything to do with that Dig Ball. He's going to come in, but not able to do anything before he gets Arctic Malevolences. The Shackle Shot could not last to a building, but it's still not going to matter at the end of the day. Going to get killed. Now doing the Seer here. Look how fast he's attacking the Broodmother, but she's going to just barely survive. And now maybe they're going to look to push this in. But the heroes, they're so low level that they're just respawning almost instantly at this point, just coming back to their death one after another after another. It's pretty painful.
Yeah, I mean, Clink's doing a really good job there. We saw, as soon as he saw Enigma, he silenced. It's just to make sure that Black Hole was a non-factor, and it absolutely has been a non-factor this game. They haven't been able to get a single one to really be useful for them to try and set up a good team fight. And, you know, that whole Radiant team really just dropping like a fly as soon as the Dire team looks to move in.
Yeah, it's just it's really unfortunate. I mean, and the Windrunner, we have to keep giving her kudos. These Shackle Shots, I don't know how far that string or whatever the move is made out of it latches, but apparently it's the size of like a football field. So they're definitely doing a great job stretching this out to the maximum and just doing tons of great CC and damage with that.
It's Broodmother Spider Silk, actually.
Oh, is that the case?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have now learned something. Now, look at Faceless, okay. Do you see how he is farming? This is how you farm Ancients. This is a lot more effective than whatever the heck the Dire was trying to do earlier. He was just able to kill a 3-stack, no problem by himself, still around half health. Of course he has that backtrack and the Battle Fury and Lifesteal, but, you know, aside from those minor factors, puts him up to 1,300 gold. And I'm not sure, do you think he's going to go maybe for like a defensive item, or does he need to keep pumping out the damage at this point?
I feel like he needs something defensive, but I'm not even sure what that would be at this point. I mean, the Dire team have just a lot of spell damage as well as attack damage. Now, Clinks has actually finished his MKB, so he is just going to be hitting really hard. We can already see 194 plus 127, so just doing a just ton of damage there. And yeah, I mean, when you look at Faceless Void, he could 4-shot him if there are no backtracks. So I think Faceless Void definitely has to go for something defensive. And now, even the Butterfly is not an option.
Initiating actually on the Enigma. Oh, they're going to use the Black Hole. I'm not sure. No, he's not going to use it off. He is 3-shotting the Shrek. Now getting Chronosphere. Didn't get the Skeleton Walk off in time. The Diabolic Egg plus the damage is going to be enough. Godlike Streak is finally ended by the Faceless Void. Queen of Pain, in the meantime, picking off the lone Crystal Maiden, just trying to get a little scout out. But finally, it took 3 heroes more or less and a couple ultis, but they finally get the Shackle Shot somehow actually not latching there. That one actually surprised me a little bit. But he does get out nice and safely with his Time Walk, and now they're maybe going to look to push this middle lane without their beloved Clinks.
Faceless actually buys a Demon Edge right after ending that godlike streak for 700 gold, so he is looking to just do more damage there. Broodmother was pushed away bottom, actually Queen of Pain dropped the ultimate to try and stop that. Has not quite finished the Aghanim Scepter, but is about 100 gold off of that, so she will have those ultimates for every team fight when it gets to that.
Darkseer actually looks like he's going for Sheepstick because he has the ulti orb at this point. He could go Lincoln's. Very doubtful at this point since he's such a tanky beast anyways. You know, and I don't think any other option. I mean, Scotty, it's there. But
There you go.
it would be the first Scotty Darkseer I would have ever seen in my life. Aghanim's now finished on Queen of Pain, actually. A wonderful pickup there. Gonna bring that cooldown substantially lower. Well, actually, it's going to be 70 seconds now. And then the final rank in about a half a level could be down to 40 seconds. So just expect her to keep spamming those off non-stop.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, and increasing the damage, so she is going to be able to pump out a ton of it. And like we've already said multiple times, this Faceless Void is actually trying to go in on the Darkseer top.
Tidehunter now looking to try his ulti, but he actually gets a Black Hold. Could it be too good? No, he gets it off beforehand, and Broodmother actually falls before anything else happens. Now 2 heroes down on both teams, and here comes the Windrunner doing easy damage to Crystal Main. In the meantime, what can Faceless do? He's going to use his ulti and try to kill the Clinks, but that's not nearly enough damage. He's going to look to just time walk out and TP before anything else happens. And you can see Windrunner using the Force Staff trying to find him, but no, he's not going to. So it's going to be a 4-for-2 trade. If only that Tidehunter got killed before he was able to get that ulti off, that actually might have been a lot different fight.
Yeah, I'm actually just noticing that he has his Blink Dagger now, so he's actually sitting in a good position to be able to try and help initiate. That's now the second Blink, and really the third kind of surprise initiation that the Dire team have, if you include the Skeleton Walk by the Clinks and the Blink from the Queen of Pain. So they really have the potential to catch the Radiant team off guard if they don't have wards and invis detection to try and catch them.
Absolutely. They're definitely kind of struggling here at this point to keep it going. If they could just somehow keep comboing up these ultis or having all their people in, I don't think Faceless was there for the Black Hole. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he was there because there was no Chronosphere to follow that up. So he was dropping that by himself later, and obviously not able to do nearly enough damage to really slow him down. Now they're going to look to do Roshan. The Clink's just able to tank it with his face. Maybe could use a little support. Here comes the Force Staff Windrunner. Now we got the damage to come out. He's probably going to let Queen of Pain tank it just a little bit here. Yes, and they're going to get the kill. Actually, the Radiant now grouping up gets the kill on Tidehunter from behind. Now looking to maybe follow up on this Darkseer. Roshan falls. Going to give it to Clinks. He is incredibly hurt. The beautiful Shackle Shot going to land on 2 heroes. Broodmother going to almost fall. No! Aegis actually used here. Group team fight so far, but actually the Shrek now going to fall, as well as Crystal Maiden. Enigma already used the Black Hole from last fight. Does not have it up. Keeps getting pushed down here. Are they going to get the kill? In the meantime, Faceless Void going to go 2 versus 1. Going to blink out. They do get the kill on the Enigma. Going to try TP, but the power shot's going to finish him off. No backtrack allowed, and that's going to be a 1 for 5. The Aegis was used, however, but still worthwhile at the end for the Dire.
Wow, I was watching Windrunner that whole fight, and after the Enigma, or pardon me, the Faceless Void ultimate went off, she immediately forced half Clinks to safety, and then of course finished him off with that power shot. Just great play, yet again, coming out from Vile on this Pokemon Masters team.
Exactly, and now they're going to take this tier 3 tower with little trouble. Windrunner not even choosing to use her ulti on this tower because they know they have a ton of searing arrow damage, which does work on buildings as well as heroes. And you can see how much this Clinks is hitting for, just annihilating. Dude, Crystal Maiden finishes the Queen of Pain with the ultimate. I mean, if that's not impressive, I don't know what is. Go Crystal Maiden, get yourself a kill. But I don't think the 12 to 40 score, I don't think it's going to bring it back for them at this point. They're a little too behind.
Certainly, and of course now this middle lane goes down, so that's something else for the Radiant to have to defend, and Broodmother actually gets caught just trying too hard to stay up there and auto-attack, and unfortunately causes her death.
I mean, I'm kind of expecting GG's to come out. It is a best of 3, like I said, and you especially teams start just keep getting, when they keep getting like annihilated like this, it's really bad for morale as well. You're like just getting kicked on the ground, and you're like, okay, let's just get this over with, move on to game 2. We know what worked really well against us and what didn't work for our strategy, and maybe try to adjust for this second game. So they're going to look now to push this. They're not going to dilly around. They're going to just try to finish this game up. 4,200 gold in the Darkseer, 4,700 on the Clinks. Windrunner has 5,200. Could the gold get much higher for these heroes? Queen of Pain, the only one that's kind of broke at 2K. Poor
Yeah, a
girl.
20,000 gold advantage for the Dire. So they're definitely sitting in a great position and 40,000 experience. They are sitting in
Oof.
a good position. Faceless Void is actually looking to try and move towards a Chrysalis, but the Dire team is looking to actually just push in here and grab themselves
Oh,
another lane.
Leshy. Oh boy, 3 shots and you're gone. The Orchid a little overkill actually, to be honest, but just wanted to make sure he knew where he was in his place right now. Now they're gonna look to push down this tower. The Syria is coming out from Clink still. But just not able to push it out. Enigma really is going boss. The vacuum going to now come back here, though. The Tyner dropping ult going to hit 2 heroes. That's going to definitely kill Enigma as well. Broodmother now in a little bit of trouble. Here we go at the Faceless, cleaving the 2 heroes, but still not enough burst damage. And now what's going to be turned around here, the mech popped out, and the Silence as well as the Faceless, and the just tons and tons of damage from both Windrunner and Clinks. Now Broodmother going to pick up a kill on Ty, but now going to pay for with her life. 5 heroes down just for the 1 again, and they're going to push for this bottom lane.
Yeah, they might just be able to push for the win at this point. I mean, the big heroes that could even try and put up a fight, the Faceless Void and the Broodmother down for 50 seconds more. Leshrac, Crystal Maiden, and Enigma are going to be the only people to try and put up a fight, and Leshrac actually might go down again. No Shackle Latch, but it will be enough. Clink's auto attack damage too strong. He will pick up the kill in the bottom.
Do you think Mr. K expected to go 2-13 this game?
You know, probably not.
Just unfortunate. I mean, it was such a close game, I felt like, for at least the first 15 minutes. Faceless actually on top of creep score for most of that first half of the game. And actually, look at this Shackle shot. They're really just hugging at this point, bound up together. Black Hole's going to hit all those creeps as well as 2 heroes, but it's actually going to be a kill now from Darkseer, double kill, or mega kill, both, I guess you could say. D and E both falling to the same hero. Just one after another. I would just sit and follow. There we go, GG. And sure enough, with the Radiance Ancient going to fall, going to game 2 now, a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Strong win, you know what I'm trying to say here. A pretty
Convincing
game
game played by Pokemon Masters.
Well played by Pokemon Masters. So going to game 2 of this best of 3, it's going to be interesting to see how the strategies mix this up. I'm going to end the video now, guys. I'm going to put the stream right back on, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. I just need to. This makes it easier for the video settings, so bear with me for just a minute.